Hi guys, this is Lauren with Mama Health, and let's talk spring, shall we? I think as we transition from winter into spring, we really need to think about our nutrition and how we go from comforting and nourishing foods to things that are a little bit lighter, especially with the greens of spring, the flowers coming out, the grass turning green. We want to be outside more. We want to be able to enjoy what we can outside with the sunshine coming out a little more frequently, a little less in terms of the snow and rain, and a little more in terms of the sunshine. So whenever we're thinking about our nutrition, when this comes down to it, you want to go with leafy greens. Mushrooms are great as you do that transition into spring. They can be very nourishing for the body. And making your plate colorful. So even adding a little red onion, adding some spring onion. Sprouts are really good as that's like the beginning of spring, right? And they're really good on sandwiches and salads. So there you go. Some brothy soups with vegetable bases, or even adding some chicken. As we transition from winter to spring, I always like to go more towards the lighter meats, especially religiously. A lot of people practice Lent, and fish is more an option, and I think that's a great option to have as we transition to spring because it's a little bit lighter and therefore gives us a little bit more energy in the different sense. It's more effervescent in the energy that we're able to receive from the foods that we eat because it's a little bit lighter, especially when we're talking about salads and greens and spinach and romaine and doing like a light vinaigrette. As we move, like even from spring to summer, we can start to even go a little bit lighter and a little more hydrating whenever we talk about cucumber and watermelon. But for spring, we want to stick to the fun stuff. Nightshades, if you're able to tolerate them, when it comes to peppers and tomatoes and things of that nature, always good to add to a plate because they're so beautiful in color. I myself am a big fan of heirloom tomatoes because they come in quite the rainbow of colors, and it's fun to eat. A good caprese salad, if you can tolerate dairy, is good. I always say dairy in moderation, sugar in moderation. I try to, with children, I have 2 of my own. You want to keep the sugar at a minimum, but you got to let them live a little bit too. So moderation is key when it comes to things like that. And when we talk about that, I always like to let them pick out some fresh fruits at the store. So when we go to Sprouts or we go to Whole Foods or we go to King Soopers, I always let them go through the fruit aisle and pick something out because then they're contributing to the menu for the week, but also they got to pick something out that they enjoy and it's going to get eaten. So that's always a good tip, especially when we're going into spring season, that we get those nice fruits and vegetables as a forefront in terms of our diet. I think it's good to have some grains in there like quinoa. If you can't tolerate gluten, a good compromise might be hemp seeds for you. They are high in fat content, so it's good to keep that at a minimum depending on which diet plan that you follow. And there are some great recipes and salads out there for that. There's some great soups out there for that. Keeping the meats light and fresh. Start to transition from heavy sauces to lighter sauces and just be fun and free and enjoy that everything that spring has for you in terms of uplifting your effervescent energy, being able to move more, go out for more walks, enjoy that sunshine and vitamin D, get out when you can. It's almost picnic season as well. We are approaching the equinox, but we're also approaching Easter, or however you celebrate that. And it's such a great time, especially as we approach Mother's Day, right? Once the snow is done here in Colorado and we're able to fully appreciate and understand and love on the nature that we have out here in this beautiful state. So enjoy that and take that into consideration whenever you're picking your foods for the week. Thank you for listening. Thanks for watching. I appreciate you, and I hope you take this to heart. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me. I'm at info@acumamahealth.com, or you can find me on Instagram and Facebook. Mwah.